Hello! So today I am sharing a basic method on how to put a wooden canvas together. The holidays are approaching us, and if you're like me, I'm always one of the kind of family members that like to send personal gifts to my loved ones, and there's always so much more meaning behind that. Anyhow, what I'm using today is just some wooden old boards, and they look a little like this. So they're just in pieces. You can find pallet wood, anything that you can repurpose. If it's cut already, awesome. If not, you can always just cut down to the size that you need. But as far as what I'm going to demonstrate to you today is I have just a few pieces of some old crate wood. And as you can see, I love working with this kind because it has so much character, knots and rough edges, and it's not perfect, which is like the best part about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the thicker side of the wood to go ahead and attach to the backing so all of it can be together. So I'll show you what I've made with this same kind of wood. You can use pallet wood, you can use any kind of wood actually. If you like ripping stuff apart, rip apart something that you no longer use anymore and you want to repurpose it into something else. Okay, so just some examples of what I've done with a few pieces of the wood. And you see the backing here, I used same kind just to put this together. Pretty simple and easy, and honestly you can really do it like in 5 minutes or less, just putting a wooden canvas together, which makes life so much easier. This is another example, and also you can see the back of here, I have the wood in the back to keep it together. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going to be using a nail gun to attach this, but it's not required. You can just use your ordinary hammer and nails to do it. But I do gotta say, nail gun will seriously makes life so much easier. So I'm going to just go ahead and get a little closer to you guys. Go ahead and start piecing my wood together. Sort of like putting a puzzle together. I guess it just depends on which way you want to go about it. So let's see here. Keep in mind that the side of your canvas, you always want to make sure that that wood is flipped over the other side. I cannot tell you how many times I've screwed up by not doing that. Anyhow, okay, let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and get my backing ready. I always like to make sure that sort of eyeball the measurements. I don't like using tape measures, only if I have to, but eyeballing the measurements for the backing part just to kind of keep it even. All right. So, got my backings, the two separate pieces of wood right here on the back. My wood is pretty even, I would say. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's very simple, very fast and convenient. Just watch your fingers, whatever you do. All right. That's a loud noisy thing, by the way. Okay, so my canvas is all attached, and you'll notice that I have excess, from the backing part, which is no biggie because you can always just cut that down, and I'll show you how I run that part. But it's all intact. And then if you really want to make sure, because depending on the width of your wood, the thickness, I always like to make sure that my front and back are both secure. So I will just go ahead and just nail gun the front part as well. You don't have to do that, but it's something that I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use this saw here. I don't know the name of this saw, by the way, but it looks like this. I'm sure they come in all kinds of different designs. It is so awesome as far as the cuts go. Okay, so if you have to, if you don't feel comfortable with holding your wood down with your hand, because I don't always recommend you to do that, especially if you're doing it for your first time, you want to use a C-clamp. C-clamp is something that you can just kind of twist and it holds down your wood for you. Holds down anything for you, actually. All right, so. And there it is. I have the perfect canvas now to go ahead and paint on or make some kind of wordings, personalize it for my family members or my friends, or just, you know, as a surprise gift for a Christmas party or anywheres in general. So that is that. Less than maybe 5 minutes or so, and you can have yours ready to go. Just always find it easy to have canvases ready and done. It's sort of like it takes out that hardship work. If you're like in the mood to start painting, but you're like, I gotta put a canvas together and it's gonna take me forever and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to go about doing it. So, you know, rather than going out there and buying one that's gonna be, you know, out of the budget or whatnot, this is very simple to just put together. It doesn't take very long, but I know sometimes if you're in a hurry and you gotta do what you gotta do, you do have options. There are alternatives. So thank you for watching, and thank you for taking the time to watch my DIY today, and happy crafting, you all.